Honestly, I'm tired of repeating the same cycles. I wanna let it go. So here I go, life drop. Starting a new path for my fam. Finding who I am. Speaking life, loving me, even when I fall. 'Cause life be life in us all. Life be life in us all. 'Cause life be life in us all. Life be life in us all. Hey y'all, hey! It's me, Porschia O, your host of Life Be Lifin podcast, and welcome to another installation of my podcast. Thank you so much for being here and joining me once again. Let's get into it. All right. If this is your first time on this podcast, welcome. Okay. On this podcast, we talk about how life be over here, life in us via all types of relationships, situations, and everyday things that we are experiencing, all while in real time healing and learning how to be a better human being. So if that's what you're about, you're in the right place at the right time. Welcome in, okay? Moving right along, tonight's episode I have titled My Redemption Song, right? This is talking about another part of my journey, like mostly everything on this podcast. Thank you, mommy. Excuse me. Hey, mommy. Yes, if you are watching on YouTube, please hit the like, share, and subscribe button, okay? Because you don't want to miss all the goodness that comes with Like Be Lifin podcast. So thank you, mommy, for the reminder. So I named this My Redemption Song, okay? And this is because tonight's episode is, they're all personal, honestly. But because I'm talking about my school journey and not just the pretty version, but the real journey, okay? The detours, the delays, the doubt, the discipline, and the decision to not quit on myself, okay? I spoke about my educational journey in seasons prior, I believe. But there's an update. So we're going to talk about all the things concerning this part of my life, okay? But before we go further into the episode, hashtag life be life in us all. Hey, hashtag the village. Thank you for being a part. And I want you to listen to what my beautiful babies have to say. Okay?
Hey, it's me, Porschia O of Life Be Lifin podcast. Are you ready for the podcast? Psych, it's me, Leo. Psych, it's me, Micah O. Please email my mommy or DM her with whatever you want to talk about. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to her YouTube channel. Because Life Be Lifin us all. Bye. Bye.
Thank you, Leah and Micah, my sweet little angels. They're always here with me in real life and on the podcast. So shout out to Leah and Micah for helping mommy to promote. Okay. So moving right along to my redemption song. Okay. I have a quick did you know? All right. This is a segment that I ask. If you didn't know something, it's okay because your girl is here to tell you something I have recently learned or, just want to express. And all I wrote in this section today was the first part that I wrote in this podcast outline, which was, did you know that you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you? I don't know. I don't know if you knew, but I know. I now know. Okay. Hey, Blossom Baby. Thank you so much for joining, my love. Yeah, did you know that you could do all things through Christ that strengthens you? Okay. I have been saying that with my children for sure for like the last 4 years straight. It's a part of our affirmations in the morning after we do all of our affirmations. Thank you so much, sis. My sis said I look beautiful. Thank you so much. I wasn't just looking like this 10 minutes ago, but you know, it don't take much. Okay. Anyway, but no. But I've been saying this affirmation with my children for the last 4 years for sure. And that's the last thing that we say after we say all our affirmations is I can do all things through Christ that strengthens us. And now every morning Micah leads that part of our affirmations because she memorized that, okay, like no man's business. But yes, it's just for it to come to fruition. Not that it hasn't before, it has many a times, but it's just like now for real, for real, for real, for real, for real. I've proven that to myself, and I have so much more to prove to myself. But this journey for sure has proven that to myself. Okay. So yeah, if you didn't know, you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. Okay. Now moving on to the next segment, which is one of my favorites. I got some questions, y'all. Okay. These are questions that I have asked myself and I want to share with you, and I would implore you to do the same. Ask yourself these questions, whatever it applies to, right? So, first question: who am I becoming because I chose not to quit on myself? Okay, who am I becoming because I chose not to quit on myself? Next question: what belief about myself did I have to unlearn in order to move forward? Now that was a whole you did, you know what I'm saying? But what belief did I have to unlearn in order to move forward? Next question. Where did I realize that starting over was actually a form of strength? Child, we've talked about that before, but you know, I'm in a whole stage of starting over and what that looks like. So, and I know for sure it's strength in that. Okay. Next question. Where did I have to advocate for myself instead of suffering in silence? And this was a huge lesson that I have learned. And yeah, I'm so glad that I advocated. Okay. Next question. Why was finishing this journey more important than my fear of failing? Okay. And that's, all right. Last question. How did perseverance, faith, and discipline rewrite my story? Okay. And that just leads us right on in. I'm going to answer these questions throughout this episode. So don't fear. Okay. And that leads us right on into the next section, which is this is just my life experience. Okay. No shade to nobody else, but I'm just telling my story from my perspective and how it played out for me. Okay. So again, we're talking about my schooling journey. And I remember writing this topic down on my sheet when I was thinking of episodes before a long time ago when I first started actually kind of part of this journey. I wrote down about like how the math portion of it was like really like a doozy for me. So that's where we're going to start. And basically, it reminded me of the song. Started from the bottom, now we here. Hey, started from the bottom, now the whole team here. All right, whole team me. Okay. And it really was, and this is not like to exclude anybody that has been supportive. That's not what this is about. It's about me fully believing in myself. Okay. So I am the whole thing because it took me to fully believe that I could do it in order for me to do it, if that makes sense. So I started from the bottom. Now I'm here with no shame, and this is just facts, okay? Because I'm not going to allow my shame to keep me silent because I know I'm not the only one, for sure. So I restarted or re-enrolled in school in 2024. The last time I've been in school was 2019. I did school for a year. I was pregnant with Micah. I was in an accelerated program. And had I continued after I gave birth to Micah, because I was doing like 5-week semesters, soon as I gave birth the semester ended right before I gave birth to Micah, and as soon as I came off maternity leave, I should have returned back to school. But what did I do? Nope, didn't do that. But that's okay. Everything happens for a reason and in God's timing. So here I am, re-enrolled in 2024. I finally decided I'm going to give it another go. Let me get in there, complete these, classes so I can move forward in my collegiate career. And thank God that I did. Okay. But I had to take a placement test. I did it at the local community college in my district, and that placement test humbled me. Okay. I only had to take a math placement test because I had not yet fulfilled the math prerequisite that I needed for the programs that I wanted to do. And so I needed a college level math. So I had to take a math placement test because I've been out of school since 2006, high school. Okay. Last time I really took math. And so, yeah, I took that placement test and it helped me real quick because, baby, I scored terrible. I scored very low, like low. I wasn't as low as the remedial math, essentially, but it still took me back to a high school math. Okay. So it had me start at pre-algebra, and that was my first class. I took the fall of 2024, and they let me know that this math class was not going to count towards my degree. These credits that I'm paying at this college, they not going to count towards this degree. Okay. It ain't going to count towards nothing other than helping me get to where I need to be. Right. And so she was like, my advisor was like, oh, you can take the placement test again after you finish this course, see where you fall, whatever. And I'm not going to hold y'all. I allowed my fear to hold me back from retaking that placement test because I was like, I scored so bad last time. Yes, I took the pre-algebra now. I got the basics. If I take the test again, what if I score bad again? What if I low-key have a fear of test taking? Low-key. Little anxiety, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But I just was like, man, I don't want to do this. And then if I fail again, then what if I score lower than what I got in the class? I finished that class with a B, thank God. But I just was like, no, I'd rather just take the next class up, work my way up to the college level math that I needed. And so that's what I did. And I also took some additional classes that spring of 2025. So I took a general education math prep class, which was 5 credits. And again, those credits did not apply to my college level classes because it still was not considered a college level class. Yeah. And so I took it knowing that this would delay me in my process, right? And so took that class. I got a C in that math class. But C's get degrees, babe. So we're moving on. And then so this past summer, 2025, I took the college level math that I needed. And thank God for my advisor. And she knew my goals and everything like that. She had me take the statistics, social, psycho, behavioral course, which felt in line with what I'm doing, right? So it wasn't just a basic math class, a college level class. It was one that would look good on my transcripts for my overall degrees that I was trying to complete, right? So, again, the placement test didn't place me where I wanted to be, but instead of quitting, I decided to rebuild my foundation because this was a foundation that I did not get as a kid when I was supposed to in 3rd and 4th and 5th grade, So it's fine. I'm 30. I was 37 last year. This year. And I had to start math from the bottom. And it was so funny. Leah was in 3rd grade when I started this, and we were both learning the same type of math at the same time. And yes, initially there was some shame in that, but also Leah, I don't want to say struggle, but math is a place for her as well that's not as strong as her reading. And so I was like, hey, we learn this at the same time. You're like, we're gonna get through this, we're gonna work through this, like do all the things, right? And we did, So thank God for that. But yeah, just like having to relearn my multiplication and all this type of stuff because I literally did not get that. Or not saying that it wasn't taught to me, but I think I just learned differently when it comes to math. And there was no IEPs at that time and all that type of stuff. And my math teacher in middle school was like he used to bully and embarrass, and that doesn't make a kid want to learn more, right? That makes me want to shut down and shy away, So, anyways, I made it through. All right. And in my social psycho behavioral statistics math college course, I received an A. I'm playing with your girl. Stop playing with your girl. All right. So so yeah, I made it through and I was so excited. Like that's my last math class that I would ever have to take. Thank you, Jesus. And I made it through. Okay. So yeah, starting from the bottom is not failure, but it is strategy, and it's nothing wrong with that. I went back and faced my fears when it came to what math was for me for so many years. And it still was a challenge, but I had a different mindset this time. I was very intentional. I was purposeful. I wanted to learn it. I wanted to figure it out by any means necessary. My teachers were amazing. They helped me out so much. I just did all the things that I could do in order to, intake the information, and it worked. So look at that. So moving on past my math struggles, okay. That the delay that could have discouraged me, with all of that, I'm paying for those math classes and they're not counting towards my college credits. They're not even counting towards me completing like my degree or anything. Like it's just there. So I'm just like, whatever. I'll do what I have to do. And I knew it was going to be extended time. I knew it was going to be extra money spent towards stuff. But whatever. I decided to do it because that's what I needed to do. And it's an easy place to say, forget this, right? Like, why would I continue going through this? Why would I put myself through this? I could have allowed that stumbling block to really cause me to stumble and to stop my dream in its tracks. Like, no, not doing that. Y'all ain't gonna give me credit for it. Y'all gonna make me pay for it. Y'all gonna, like, what are we doing? But again, I had to like really put my big girl drawers on and be like, Porschia, this is the situation that you have put yourself in. And it's nothing wrong with starting over. Just do it. I paid for the classes that didn't even count towards my degree, but they counted towards my confidence. So there's that, and it really did build my confidence. It showed me that I could do these things. I can retain this information. I can, whatever it was that was necessary, so I'm just proud of myself for that. And just because it didn't count on paper doesn't mean it doesn't count in purpose. Don't matter. It don't matter. I know I did a great feat. I completed a great feat. And for me, that's what matters the most. Okay. And so leading into while I was in the spring semester, I had a pivotal moment or whatever. And I had to choose like which path I was going to go to. Originally, I was completing these courses with the intention to apply for Rush University Medical Center Health Science program to get a bachelor's in that program. And I worked for the company, so it made sense. Like they're going to pay for my degree, even though they pay for my degree anyway when I do an external program. But I wanted to go in-house. Like I work for a prestigious institution. Why not go to their school and say, I've worked here all these years and I got a degree from this school. Like, you know what I'm saying? It will look great on my resume. And so they only have one cohort at a time that you have to get in by the fall of every year to be a part of that cohort and graduate with them. But so that was originally what I was completing the classes for. I needed one college math, I needed 2 science class, 1 life science, 1 earth science, and I think that was it that I pretty much needed to get into their program. So that was my initial plan. I'm going to go back to school, do these things so I can get into this program, and I'm going to go forward with my bachelor's, right? But then I realized after some research that what my ultimate goal to be a licensed clinical therapist, that route of getting a bachelor's in health sciences would not have been the smartest route to go. Okay. Not saying that I still couldn't have ended where I want to end, but it probably would have took me the longer way around. Right. And so it was brought to my attention that I should try the social worker or psychology route. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I would love to do psychology. Like, I love psychology. Like, this is great. I can be a psychologist. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. But also, there are more than one ways to skin a cat. And so when it came to I looked into social worker and I looked into psychology, and I felt like the social worker route was more in alignment with what I wanted to do. And I felt like it gave me a broader space to be a part of. It wouldn't put me in a box like psychology would put me more so in a box. I don't want to be put in a box because I don't know where this is gonna go. Social workers are now in education, like for sure, like they're in the schools. I can use my degree to do that if I wanted to for some time. I work on a team with social workers, getting things done for patients in the hospital or whatever. I can do that. Or if I just wanted to start my practice right out the gate, I could do that. Like, I can do so many things if I wanted to go to another area. Like, it's so many things I could do with my social worker degree that my psychology degree would have kept me in a box that would have been cool, but I just want to be able to have my options open, right? And so I pivoted. Also, in the midst of this, I was talking to my guidance counselor, and she was like, "You could get an associate's degree from us." And I was like, "What?" Again, I was only taking classes to complete a mission. Now you're saying that I can get an associate's degree? Say less. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so looked into that, and I need an associate's of arts to get into a social worker program. Okay. They would appreciate that associate's in art. And so I was like, cool, let's do it. But that means I have to take more classes, right? So I went from taking 1 class last fall to 2 classes in the spring. To the summer, I had 3 classes to take. And then this fall, we're currently in 2025, I had to go full time. Okay. And so I just proved to myself that, again, me going the social worker path is a cleaner way for me to get to what my ultimate goal is. And pivoting isn't quitting. It's just getting smarter about it, right? Because at this point, I don't have no more time to waste. Okay, I've changed my career goals, collegiate goals, education goals so many times in this lifetime. I don't have no more time to waste trying to figure it out. Let's make the sound decision. Let's do the proper research. Let's see what can be with these things that are at my disposal, right? And so I chose to do the smarter thing, which leads me into the season that almost broke me, this fall season. Again, this fall season is the final stretch of my associate's degree. And baby, when I tell you, I had to do the fall semester full time, which is not recommended for a full time employee. whatever. And my job wouldn't even allow me to do full-time school with them because I work for them full-time. And it's like, can you juggle that task? Like, that's a lot to carry. And so anyway, thank God for me being asynchronous because I don't have to go into classes necessarily. I only had one class this semester that I did, but it was only one day a week. I had to go in for lecture and that was it. But anyway, so this fall semester was an unexpected full-time semester. I have 4 classes I had to take in order to complete this associate's degree. And this is due to my advisor's error. Again, I've been working with since the beginning of this journey last fall, and we thought we had it all laid out. Like, okay, cool, we're going to do this, and that. Bam, and we'll get there. But when I kept checking my degree evaluation on the website, it kept saying like I was missing X amount of credits. And I was like, but I thought I would have made all of my credits. Like, it's literally planned out. And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I messed up. You need this. You need like 2 more classes, okay, that I wasn't expecting to take. So boom, I'm like, whatever. If I can do it, we broke it down that I take 8 and 8 within the 16 weeks, right? With the other 2 classes that are full 16 weeks. And so we made it work. And she's like, I have faith in you. I finished my summer semester with a 4.0. I got an A in every single one of those classes. Okay. Don't play with your girl. And so I was like, okay. Like, I don't know if I'm going to finish. Like I did the summer. I would hate to mess up my 4.0. But whatever. I was up for the challenge. So I went in. I was doing so good, y'all. I was doing so good working full time, going to school full time. I'm a mom full time and trying to full time heal. Like, bruh, I was doing really, really good. My ethics class was the first 8 weeks. I did great in that, got an A. I have my personality psychology class, and I love this class. I talked about this last week. Love this class down. Okay. My teacher was amazing. I learned so much, and it's a psychology class, so of course I enjoyed it thoroughly. My life science class, my last science class I had to complete was a weather impacts and preparedness class. That one was great too. And my last 8-week class was my race and racism in America class. And this is where I started getting turned every which way but loose. Okay. My professor teaches this class in 16 weeks, which makes sense. It was so much information that he had us in taking. I mean, we were reading novels, listening to podcasts, reading New York Times articles, and it wasn't like 1 or 2 things or 5 things. It was like 20 things each unit, like weekly unit. And he condensed it into an 8-week hell. Okay. And so what would normally be due in a 1 week, it was now 2 weeks of worth of work, 40 to 50 things that you got to ingest to answer these questions. But child, and then it's race and racism in America. I am a Black woman in America. This class was so informative and so good. My professor did an amazing job orchestrating it and putting it together and everything, but it also was pissing me the hell off. Okay. And I emailed him quite a few times throughout this semester, letting him know like the impact it was having on me because it was so heavy. The workload was heavy, and then the topics were heavy. And the more I learned about how messed up America is, which I already know America is messed up, but it was just like learning the deep, intricate aspects of how effed up it is. Like, seriously, was pissing me off. Like, and I'm just like, I don't know how much more I can take of this. The class is already overwhelming, and then this information is overwhelming because it's like, no matter what, bruh, like, I don't think, and I don't even go all into this because this is going to be a tangent, but like, I just don't think I will see in my lifetime or in my children's lifetime. I don't think at any point in the existence of this earth will there ever not be the systemic racism setup that it is? I don't think it will be. I just don't see it happening because it's so deeply embedded. It's so crazy, like everything. And people, I know people like to be on the surface and be like, oh, y'all make everything about racism. No, it literally has been set up from the beginning of this stupid country to be racist in every aspect you could possibly think of. Even when we thought we were making, leaps and bounds and progressing some, they were still planning and plotting, just like they are today, to take us back, take us down, not allow the same access to things. Like, and so I'll do a whole episode on that because, man, it's so crazy. Anywho, this is not about that. As you can see, I'm getting all excited emotionally. Okay, we talked about this last week. Mommy said it has been this way for decades. I mean, centuries. Like, bruh, it's crazy. It's crazy. But anyway, it's not about that. But yeah, that class was really good, but it was hell because it was just so much, and it made me so overwhelmed that I started to lack on my other classes, right? And that's when I know, like, man. And it wasn't even for real. I started this class and it came out of nowhere. Usually classes start like with a slow burn, right? This class came in kicking and screaming like a newborn baby. It was like, you need to feed me, take care of me right now. I'm not waiting. I don't want to hear it, whatever, whatever. That's what it was giving. And so by week 2 of the class, I wanted to quit. Because I was like, how am I supposed to get both of these assignments done on top of all my other stuff, get all this information in, do like how? I wanted to quit. And I literally said, I don't even need this degree. F this degree. I got enough credits to transfer into a bachelor's program. I don't need no associate's degree. Associates who? Not me. Not doing it. It would be the last class that the literal last class that I have to take that I am like, oh, I'm going to throw in the towel. And this is a pattern in my life. Like, I start things and I don't finish them. Or I allow my fear, or I allow my, if it challenges me too much, I allow that to deter me, to turn me off, to keep me from going the direction that I wanted to go. But, the lesson in this was wanting to quit does not cancel my calling. My calling is what it is. And yes, it may get hard sometimes, and it may get uncomfortable, and I may feel like, oh my gosh, like, what am I going to do? You know what I'm saying? But it does not cancel my calling. So I can want to quit all I want to, and I could have done what I always have done, previously, which is give up. I could have done that. That would have been the easy thing to do. But that's not a part of my calling. My calling isn't to do the easy things. I have to do the hard things. I said teams. I have to do the hard things. I have to literally walk out of my marriage in order for me to learn to see myself as worthy. Like, I had to sacrifice a lot of things. I literally had to go through so many things and make decisions that were unpopular to other people. And because that's not what I was called to do. So yeah, that's just my truth. And I wanted to give up, and thank God. And I was like, literally, I was going into a depressive episode because I literally made it to the end of this journey, and here I am being crushed. Like, I literally felt like I was being crushed. Like, girl, you thought you was going to get an associate's? No, you ain't getting nothing. Go sit down somewhere, okay? Because you thought you was strong. You thought you could do this. You can't. Like, those thoughts had me in a chokehold that week. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to give up. I'm just gonna give up. I don't need this. I'm done. I'm done. And I moped for about a week about it while still trying to do the work. And I was just like, I just don't see me being able to do this. I don't. And here comes God's saving grace. Okay. Advocating for myself. And this was a huge part to making it past that hump. My professor, I was turning in those assignments late, and he would deduct half a letter grade every day it was late. Again, I'm in the third week now. Second week, I'm going to quit. I'm going into the third week. I'm still working on stuff from the second week. I still ain't turned it in. I turned in some. He gave me 65 out of 100. I'm like, hell to the no. I took in all this information, all this material, all this content for you to give me. And I know it was my bad. I turned it in late. But you're going to give me a 65 out of 100? No. No, I ain't going to be able to take that for all this work I'm putting in. And it's causing me to be behind on my other classes. No, absolutely not. So I reached out to my professor. Thank God for reading the syllabus because, baby, I read that syllabus. He said he gave us 3 late passes. We can use our 3 late passes whenever. You don't have to explain anything, whatever. He gave us 3 late passes. I used up all my 3 late passes the first 2 weeks. First 2 weeks, all my late passes gone. And I'm not typically late with my work. So I knew when I was struggling that second week, I was like, I'm going to have to use these late passes. I used 1 for my first week, one of those times for the first week, 2 for the second week. So I was like, well, that's all my late passes. I don't have no more. And I still am late. I'm still not caught up. So what we doing? Anyway, so I reached out to my professor as the syllabus said, because in addition to us getting those 3 late passes, he said, if you need more, email me. We can talk about it. I said, let's go. Thank God for bringing that back to my remembrance. Because I went back, copied, and paste that into the email I sent my professor. And I referenced the syllabus. And I said, hey, I gave him the honest to God truth about my life. Hey, Professor Moorhead, yeah, I'm a full-time student for the first semester. I'm a full-time working mom of 2, full-time, everything. I said, my plate is overload right now. This is literally my last class that I have to take in order to attain my associate's degree. And I don't see myself being able to hit these targets of these due dates with everything I have going on realistically. And I was like, I already started slow in the class. I don't think I'm gonna be able to catch up. But if you can give me grace, allow me to catch up, I won't fall back behind, right? And I was like, I put it all out there, let him know where I was, okay? And listen, the favor of the Lord fell upon me because my professor responded back to me and was like, I understand. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. Continue going for. I told this man, I have 4.0. I sent him my GPA, all the things. Listen, make it plain, baby, because I don't want you to think I'm for play. I'm not for play. I'm a great student. I just cannot keep up with this schedule at this time. It's going to destroy me. It's literally going to destroy me. And my professor said, yes, don't worry about deadlines. And he responded to me on November 13th because he was like, you literally have a month from today to complete all of this work. Okay, just do what you can as you can. I won't deduct points. And he did not. And every assignment I turned in from that point forward, 100%, 100%, 98%, 97%, 100%, 100%, essay, 100%. Baby, don't play with me, okay? Because I know I'm doing quality work. But I can't, you go deduct every time I'm late, bruh, I ain't gonna be able. I ain't gonna be able. But thank God for his favor. Thank him for, because I literally wanted to give up. And my professor extended grace that he did not have to extend. But God, okay. So I learned that closed mouths don't get fed, babe. And I felt embarrassed at first, like I gotta reach out to this professor. He probably gets so many, requests from students and things from people and be like, you're full of baloney. But I think he heard the sincerity and listened to the sincerity in my email and everything. Mommy said, look at God, period, mommy. He heard the sincerity and listened to the sincerity in my email and he received it. And I literally prayed while I was sending that email, like, this is a Hail Mary. Like, I don't know if he's going to receive it or not, but he did. And I thank God for it because it helped me get through. It literally helped me get through. And so, yeah, advocating for myself is a form of self-respect. Okay. Whatever area you need to advocate for yourself, listen, it doesn't matter if you think you're going to get a no, a yes, or maybe indecisive decision, or you think they're not listening or they don't care. It does not matter. Advocate for yourself. It is a form of self-respect. Okay. If you have to ask for help, ask for help. Speak up. You don't have to lose dignity by being human. And that's literally what my email was saying. Like, I was just, hey, I'm human. I wish I could say I can carry all of this and I'm okay. I was not okay. I was not okay. I didn't even go all into, I was about to quit. I am depressed because I'm at the end of this and this is happening. Mommy asked me, is this your last week? Then you get your degree. Yes, mom. So I was leading into that. Yes, so my race and racism class ended on Saturday the 13th. I had to turn everything in, and I literally turned everything. I turned in my last assignment to him on the 13th that morning, and I am officially done with that class. And I got an A. Okay. I got an A in that class. And so I had 2 finals to complete this week for my personality class and for my weather preparedness class. I took my weather preparedness final this morning. And as of right now, he still has a lot of things he has to grade in that class. Well, not a lot, but it's a few things he still has to grade in that class. But for as of right now, with all that is graded and my final and all of that, I got an A on my final and I got an A in the class right now. So I'm expecting an A because what? What? That's the type of work I do. What are we talking about? Mommy said I'm sorry. Blossom said it definitely helps talking to the professor for sure. Woo woo. Thank you, sis. Yes. So, and then after this, literally, as soon as I finish this, I'm gonna go take my final for my personality class, which I already have an A in. So I don't see this final not being an A. And I think I got A again this semester. So yeah, I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself. So that leads me into the victory. Okay. And that's where we are. I got, like I said, I got to add all of these classes already. My current GPA overall at the college is a 3.5. And since I'm having A in all these classes, I'm hoping it gets up. Okay. I am, my academic standing is honors academic standing. Like, what? Like, I'm gonna graduate with honors. Like, my face hurt from cheesing so hard. Like, seriously. I completed my associate's degree, y'all. I completed my associate's degree. It was all a dream, okay? And I completed my associate's degree, okay? I am so ecstatic. I am so proud. I just feel over the moon. I feel like, is this really happening? Like, is this really happening? The only downside to this right now is my college only does one graduation ceremony a year. My graduation ceremony is not until May of 2026. But I've been applied for my diploma in graduation, and my diploma should be coming in the mail within the next couple of weeks. So I will have my diploma soon, and I will just have the actual physical ceremony in May, which is fine, which is fine, which is fine, which is fine. It's fine. I have my cap and gown. Anyway, I'm so silly. Anyway, so yeah, that is all happening in January. I start my bachelor's degree program in social work. I have not chosen my school just yet. I am finalizing those applications this week, but I have 3 schools that I'm applying to, and I'm super excited about that. It's the next step. Like, when I tell y'all, like, what, like, this was just talk. I was just talking about this in April, and to see the finish line, to actually accomplish the finish line. Like, as I was completing each assignment that was due these last few weeks, I was like, okay, I got like 10 more. Okay, I got like this more. Like, I'm counting down to the finish line, and boom, we here. Okay, we're here. So my bachelor's program starts in January. Once I complete that, I'm going straight for my master's in counseling. And I'm just like over the moon. Like, the fact that I've completed this portion just solidifies that I can do all things through Christ. That strengthens me. Okay? Because he has definitely been my strength throughout all of this. I didn't just finish, I finished strong. And the devil and the demonic spirits and all the things tried to come in and make me think otherwise, and make me feel otherwise, and make me like want to give up and all of that. I mean, they was playing tip tapping all over my negative thoughts and feelings towards myself, and here we are. Here we are. Blossom said, congratulations, sis. Thank you so much, Blossom, baby. I appreciate it. Mommy said, congratulations. I'm trying to get it up there, child. Congratulations to you. I'm so proud of you. I've got to get you something special. Oh, block my blessings, no, but thank you. Thank you so much, mommy. I appreciate it. It has been a journey. It has been a real journey. But sincerely, it's such a deeper meaning behind this. Like, I really prove those negative self-talks that I've been doing for X amount of years since I was a little girl wrong. Like, I proved them wrong. And I think I shared this with you guys before when I did my program that I was in 2019 or 2018. And I stopped in 2019 right before I gave birth to Micah. And I had an A in every one of those classes. And I remember sharing that with my family in our family group meet. And I was like, I wrote a long message, and I pretty much said that I never thought I was smart enough. I never thought that I would be able to make it. I made the dean's list. I never thought I'd be able to make a dean's list. Like, who wants to recognize me? Which is the craziest thing in the world, because I recently talked to my dad last week, and he was telling me how I made the National Honor Society when I was in high school, and how I was so proud of that moment. And I just really was like, look, I accomplished this or whatever. It's so funny how we just remember only the negative. I don't even remember making, until he said that, it became so clear to me. Like, I was in a National Honor Society in high school. I totally forgot about that. Like, but I have been self-loathing. I have been doing such terrible negative self-talk to myself for so long that I literally was believing that opposed to believing the history that I made. The proof is in the pudding, babe. Yes, did I always get good grades? No, I didn't. Was I a terrible student? Absolutely not. The only bad grades I got was in math, and that was a period during middle school. I went to high school and completely turned it around to the point that when I was a junior in high school, they had me in honors classes. They had me in pre-calculus. I didn't even need it. I was acing all of my math classes in high school. I remember that. So I was just like, how did I get to that point? But I didn't understand it in this time. And then, like, I think it just depends. But anyway, it's just like revisionist history. I just made up in my mind as an adult that because I didn't complete or finish or go through college the way that I initially planned to, that I wasn't smart enough to do it. I talked myself out of becoming a registered nurse. That was my initial dream. I became a CNA in high school. I went to school and I went to college right after high school, community college, to complete my prerequisites in order to apply for a nursing program to go away to school after doing 2 years. And I talked myself out of, I allowed my fear to hold me back and keep me in this box that was no further than the truth. I have proven to myself over and over and over again that I am more than capable. So when I shared that in my family group me that I made to the Dean's List and I never thought I was smart enough to make it to the Dean's List, my aunt was like shocked and surprised, like, that's how you view yourself? That's what you think about yourself? Like, what? You know? But it's so funny the tricks that your mind will play on you. My mom asked, does your dad know about this? I don't think he does. I haven't told him. Personally told him. I know he knows I'm in school. I don't know if he knows the extent of all of that, but I will share it with him. So yeah. I proved those negative self-talks wrong so many times over and over again. And I thank God for bringing back all of those things to my remembrance, because this is not my first time, but it is the first time that I truly believe that what has always been inside me, I am capable of. I am capable of carrying it. I am capable of upholding it. And yes, it may be a heavy weight at times, but I can do it. Okay. I'm rewriting the narrative. I'm rewriting the narrative that I have created about myself. I'm doing it for that little Porschia that needed that encouragement. I'm doing it for my children that will someday have their own decisions and journeys to go, travel up on. And no matter what way they go, that they will be able to realize that it's never too late. I'm 38 degrees and just now accomplishing my associate's degree. But guess what? Who cares? Who cares how old you are? It does not matter. The point is that you set aside a goal, a dream, and you completed it. It does not matter. Age does not matter. The length of time does not matter. I did it. And I did this for my future clients, because I'm a testament. I'm not just one of those therapists or life coaches that's going to tell you something because it sounds good. Like, I'm literally daily walking this stuff because I too am human. I don't have it all figured out. I don't make all the right decisions. I don't have all the best thoughts about myself all the time. I'm human. And I can tell you because I lived it. And I can help you because I help myself with the help of others. You know what I'm saying? Like, I utilize my resources, and ultimately my faith carried me. My faith carried me. Did I know after 4 years of saying that I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me, that would be the thing that I was manifesting, that this is something I manifested. The discipline, the desire, the strength, the the balancing act. Like what? Like I can do all things. Like I really believed in myself. Like for real this time. And I lived that scripture out. It's not just a quote. I literally have lived it out. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. And this degree is proof. It's solid, evidential proof. Okay? And this degree isn't just about academics. It's a redemption for every moment, every thought. I wasn't smart enough. I wasn't strong enough. I wasn't capable enough. It's going to always look like this for me. I will never make it to this part. I won't be able to make this type of money. I will always be struggling. That's the only life that I know. That's the only thing that I can do. Or I need to, align myself with a man that's better off so that we can have something, because I can't possibly provide more than what I'm doing. And even in my work career, I have made it this far. I haven't made minimum wage probably since my first job as a CNA. That was right out of high school. But I have not made minimum wage since. I make nice money. Do I want to be nicer? Absolutely. But without having any real educational degree, and all I have is experience, I thank God for the experience that has allowed me to make the money that I make. But this is going to take me and help take me to another level, that I'm going to be able to provide a life for my children, that I don't have to be dependent upon a man or anybody else to do for me. I can do it because I'm enough. I'm sufficient enough to do it. It just really is a blessing. And it brought that song to my heart. Me and my mom just talked about this song. It won't always be like this. The Lord will perfect that concerning me. And sooner or later, it'll turn in my favor. It's turning around for me. Around for me. Around for me. Around for me. It's turning around for me. 'Cause there won't always be like this. The Lord will perfect that concerning me. And sooner or later, it'll turn in my favor. It's turning around for me. Woo, Jesus. It's turning around. It has turned around. It is turning around. Is it looking like what I thought it would look like? No. I thought this was a part of a shared journey with someone. I thought this would happen years ago. I thought maybe I'll never make it to it, but It's turning around. So I am ecstatic. I am so grateful. I am glad to be used as a vessel, as a testament to not just little Porschia, my children, my future clients, my loved ones, my family, my friends, whoever may see or hear this podcast, whatever it is that you're going through, whatever it is that your thing is that you have talked yourself out of, that you have let fear lead you or block you, keep you in bondage, keep you in a space that will deny you your purpose, your destiny. I hope that this blesses you and lets you know, even if you have to start over, whatever that looks like, if you have to rebuild, if you got to go back to the remedial phase, the foundational phase, whatever that looks like for you, it's okay to start over. It's okay to do the things. You can build back up and you can complete the journey. So this is my redemption song. Okay. I hope that you have enjoyed being a part of it. Because Life Be Lifin is definitely a key part of it. And I thank y'all for being a part of it with me and holding me accountable, loving on me, showing up for me as I show up for you. I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful and amazed at the power of my words and the weight that it carries. And I know that God hears me, He sees me, He loves me, and He's going to always show up for me. And nobody can ever tell me different. Okay? So, let me share this inspirational video of and promoting my life coaching services as I share my heart with you, that you will be willing to share yours with me.
Hey y'all, hey, it's me, Porschia O, your host of Life Be Lifin Podcast and your life coach. I'm here to help you along your healing journey with a few things you may be experiencing while seeking a life coach. Today's focus is a fear, the fear of choosing the wrong life coach. Finding a life coach who is the right fit is crucial, and the fear of making a poor choice can be paralyzing. But here's how you make it easier. Start by researching their credentials and looking for testimonials from past clients. Many coaches offer a free consultation. Use this time to gauge their approach and see if it aligns with your goals. Trust your instincts. The right coach will listen, understand, and motivate you. Remember, it's about finding a partner in your journey to growth. Don't let fear hold you back from making a positive change, because life be life in us all. Life be life in us all. Hey y'all, hey, it's me, Porschia O, your host of Life Be Lifin Podcast and your life coach. I'm here to help you.
That was funny. I said, "Oh, now to play it again." Yes, reach out to me on my website at www.anchoredinllc.com, and you can book your consultation with me for your life coaching services. Also, while you're here, you can also look at the description of this episode, or you can just go straight on Amazon and type in Life Be Lifin podcast, and you will see my journal come up. All right, I am still pushing my merch. Okay, I have some new stuff dropping this evening. Not this evening, this week that I'm working on. So please be on the lookout for that. But yes, get you a Life Be Lifin journal to help you with your everyday needs. let me move on into my last segment before we get out of here. Thank you guys again so much for being here. Let's see if this is gonna. I'm still trying to figure out these dang old things. But yeah, before we get out of here, we're gonna do my last segment, which is Speak Life. Okay, today's Speak Life affirmation is not just for me, but for you to hold on to until the next time we speak. I am redeemed, restored, and rising. Again, today's Speak Life affirmation is I am redeemed, restored, and rising. You heard it, you say it, you write it down, and remind yourself to speak that thing and make it happen because life be life in us all. I love you all so dearly. Thank you so much for being here for my redemption song. I will keep you posted on. Oh, God. I'm clicking the wrong buttons. All things concerning me in the future went with Life Be Lifin and my career and goals and all the things. Anyway, this is the last thing. My birthday is this weekend. I am 38, hence me having a gathering this Saturday night. And I titled it 38 Degrees of Feet. Okay. Because not only is it my birthday, but I also got me in a degree. All right. So, yes, I will be celebrating myself with my friends and loved ones. I thank you all so much for joining in tonight. Love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all the well wishes. Micah, do not. Don't, Micah. And here comes the other one. All right. Love you guys. Like you liking the song.